I've been involved since the beginning. I helped them start the foundation, so I was quite shocked and actually honored when they asked me if I'd be the honoree this year. So it really is quite amazing. I mean, from where we started, 18 years ago to this amazing event now. So
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very big event.
Yeah, so we started out very inauspicious at a very small event, and it's turned into this. And we've done a lot of good for our community cancer center. We've raised over $5 million, and it's really helped quite a bit.
How do you see this, the fight against cancer progressing during all these years?
Well, in the 25 years that I've been practicing, it's changed quite a bit. And I'll be talking about that a little bit tonight, but basically, it used to be a death sentence, and now, we routinely have patients that survive, very bad cancer. So it's a completely different thing now.
What is the average rate of survivals right now?
It just depends on whichever one we're dealing with, but for the most part now, if we catch things early, we have very, very high cure rates and success rates in almost all the cancers. So, and in mine in particular, I'm a head and neck cancer surgeon. We have very, very good success rates now if we get it early.
For our viewers, which symptoms they might have to pay attention on to get early?
So in the ones that I see, typically anybody that has any pain in the mouth or bleeding or a lesion that doesn't heal or difficulty swallowing, something like that, that would be indicative, or a mass in the neck. Those are indicative of the types of cancers that I see regularly. And if they have that, they need to get to a doctor and get it diagnosed.
My name is Artist Gilmore, and I've been involved in the Harold&Carol Foundation for an extended period of time. In the early goings, it was just Harold, and later on, the loss of their mother, they additionally had their mother, Harold&Carol Pomp Foundation. So yes, I've been a part of this, been participating for quite a few years.
What kind of progress do you see during all these years?
Yes, over the years, just a tremendous amount of actually being able to catch potential cancer patients early, and the process and the proton therapy now that's available is just a magnificent piece of medical equipment in advancement for this organization to be able to share with so many potential candidates.
And the last question. Always a lot of people ask me how to grow tall and handsome, but now this is a question for you. What we should do, what we should eat to grow as tall and handsome as you are?
Well, it's about, we all think in terms about eating the proper diet, putting ourselves on the proper diet, but then the other part is certainly inheriting genes. My mother certainly gave them to me.
Well, I've known the Pomps for several years. I've supported this event for a long time, and I just think it's a very worthwhile event to not only come out and see other former players and say hello and meet and greet, but to support a really good cause, a proven cause that's helping a lot of people.
What kind of progress did you see during all these years
with the
organization?
With this event? Yeah, it's just grown tremendously. I mean, and they're still growing. It's almost it's mind-boggling how they just continue to grow and grow and grow.
To support obviously Dana and David and their family and the work that they do in the community with children fighting cancer, you name it. They have their hands on a lot of causes, and I thank God that they allowed me to be a part of this evening.
How many years are you involved in this event and this organization?
Oh, this actually is my first year that I've been able to attend. They've invited me for years, and I just thank God that this year I was able to come.
Well, welcome. That's wonderful to have you. What is your expectation? What is your plan as a part already of this organization and event?
Tonight I want to be the best host I can and help them raise the most money they can for all their charitable causes. And it's not bad that I get a chance to see fellow athletes here as well that I don't get a chance to see most of the year, that we get a chance to see them through this event tonight.
Well,
I've always followed the Pomp brothers, and they do a wonderful job in the field of charity and helping people. And so my wife and I are here to support that effort that they have set up, and we feel very happy to be a part of it.
How many years have you been part of this event and this foundation?
I don't know how many years, but I've been a supporter of them for quite a few years, but I really don't know the exact number.
It's always a great way to be able to come and support what Dana and David are doing. You know, so many people are affected by cancer, so it's great to see, you know, how much they give back to this foundation.
How many years have you been involved in this
God, I've been
foundation
here
event?
maybe 5, 6, 7 years.
Wow,
yeah,
that's a long time.
Yeah, and it's always great to see how many different athletes come and support, and the celebrities, and they get, you know, a lot of people that really care about what they're doing. So it's always a fabulous event.
What is your role in the event and the foundation?
Well, I'm the first and only female scout in the NBA and a sportscaster as well. So I'm just here as a guest, you know, attending and supporting with their efforts, and, you know, bid on the live auction and the silent auction items, and, you know, just here to support Dana and David. I've known them a long time.
Well, the history of the Pomp Foundation goes back 14, 15 years. We've been supporting, great supporters of the cause for, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 years. And I mean, they're friends of ours. They have a great cause they put together. They put people together and for a great cause, and it works.
What is your role in the organization and tonight's event?
Well, I have no role in the organization. Actually, I'm just going to be a presenter this evening. Rod Carew, a great friend of mine, Hall of Fame baseball player, so I'll be introducing him.
And he's a professional baseball player, Hall of Famer too, so that's why they chose him. Yes.
These are good friends of mine. I hosted it, and we support them every year we have.
How many years have you been supporting?
7.
7.
I would say 7. What year is it? No, it's been 10 now. 2008, first time we came.
So it's a decade now.
It's the thing we do.
Which role did you get in this event, in this activity?
Oh, I used to host, and then I used to be a part of the parties. Now I'm just a guest.
A guest.
And I get to sit down and I get to...
We have tonight a special guest, the one and only legendary Sugar Ray, one of the most famous boxers in the history. Am I correct?
You know what the thing about it, you were too young when I was fighting. How old are you?
I'm young enough. But there is YouTube.
Yeah,
and I'm always following. I find boxing is the most effective when it comes to hand technique.
Yeah. You know, my style was more cerebral, and I try to choreograph the fights, and I use my speed and my movement to outmaneuver my opponents. And I've been doing this for a long time, about 50 years, almost 50 years. So I love boxing. I love martial arts.
What brought you in martial arts? How did you decide to become a boxer?
You know, my older brother, Roger, took me down to the gym and introduced me to boxing. I put the gloves on. I found boxing. Boxing found me. We found each other. And I love the transformation and the confidence I got from being a fighter.
Could you please recall your first fight?
Wow.
Your experience, and how did you feel after?
My first fight, I don't necessarily recall the kid's name, but I do recall that I was so exhausted, but I never gave up. I kept fighting, and that taught me from the very first time I got into the ring that you never give up.
What about your professional career? The first fight on your professional ring, how was it?
My first professional fight was in 1977 in Baltimore Civic Center, Louis de Bull Vega, and I was so excited, and I did it. I won. I kept winning, and every fight I got better and better and better.
How did you feel the development of boxing during all those years, from your first fight in the professional arena till your last fight?
Well, it's confidence. It's a confidence builder. It's something that transforms you into a winner. knowing that you're in the best shape possible, and then you compete against the best guys out there. Words can't truly describe what I felt as I moved up the ladder.
Congratulations. Who was except yourself, who was your favorite fighter, Mike Tyson or Holyfield?
They both were. Mike Tyson and Holyfield. I love watching those guys because they were so exciting, and both had the biggest heart.
What do you think of brothers Klitschko?
Klitschko was my man too, you know? He and his brother. I mean, boxing back then was superb. It was at its best.
How do you feel about development of boxing right now?
Well, I want to be on a better, on a more platform as far as television is concerned. These boxers just need more television exposure, and champions need to fight champions.
Dave and Dana, Pomp, and here at the Harold&Carol Foundation to support what they're trying to do within the Los Angeles community and giving back to children.
How many years have you been involved in these charity events?
I think this is like my third year, I want to say, and just an incredible event, Gala, each and every year. Incredible people that comes out and support it, from the celebrities that comes out, as well as the sponsors that's involved.
And how do you feel about this movement and the progress of the movement?
Good. You know what I mean? They're trying to do so much, and to try to go out and bring attention to cancer and as well as help children is just amazing. I had my mother, my grandmother, and my sister all died of breast cancer, so I know how this dreaded disease really affects families.
I feel great. This will be my 6th straight year, I think, with the Harold&Carol Pomp Foundation. A great thing that they've done year after year, 18 straight years now, I think it is. Cancer research, family support, all the things they're involved with, and it's an honor for me, and it's something that I really wanted to get involved in. I'm a cancer survivor, 10 years now. I had throat cancer, and luckily I had the best doctors and the best research and medicine at the time, and so I just want to make sure we can continue that and pass it on to others.
What is your role in tonight's event and in their movement in general?
Well, I'm here every year to support it, but I'll be part of the opening of the presentations, kind of like almost what I do in boxing, so I'll just get the show started.
How did you feel when you were on the ring announcing the beginning?
I'm still a big fan, and for me, it's just always exciting to be a part of it. Coming up in September, I'll be working at Wembley, and they're going to have 90,000 fans when Anthony Joshua defends his heavyweight title. That's the kind of thing you just live for, and I still get excited when it happens.
What do you feel about the development of boxing since the first time you started and up till now?
I've seen it grow more and more because of mass communication, social media. It's more of a worldly, international sport. It always has been, but now more people know about fighters from Ukraine, fighters from Moscow, fighters from the UK. Before it was kind of like everything, the American sports writers just felt like there was only a world between the Atlantic and the Pacific. And now we've got champions from all over the world. The emergence of Manny Pacquiao coming from the Philippines, and all these great fighters from Mexico and South America and Europe. It's just globally bigger. So I've been a part of the scene for 36 years, and I've seen that grow, and I've seen it, being able to get fans appreciate fighters from all over the world. So it's great.
Who is your favorite fighter?
Of all times? Well, that would have to be Muhammad Ali.
Of modern times?
Of modern times? As you know, I'm just going to say I'm a big fan of both Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko. There's no doubt about that. There are a lot of great fighters out of the Ukraine. Right now, Lomachenko might be the best fighter in the world, pound for pound. I'm a big fan of AJ, Anthony Joshua from the United Kingdom. And, there's a lot of great fighters. I'm still a Pacquiao fan, but
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for News of the World.
Nobody ever said I'm a number 2 athlete. And a number 2 athlete match.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
I think anytime the Pomp brothers call, you got to answer the call. They're amazing men. The foundation has been around, and they continue to reach new heights, deeper depths, and continue to raise money and awareness. And that's what it brings you out, and be able to come out and socialize and hang out with so many guys that you played against, played with, and just to be a part of this is just awesome. And I think it goes to credit Dana and the Pomp brothers to show you what type of sphere of influence they have, that you see so many athletes and entertainers out here to promote the cause and be a part of this. So when you think about what they're doing, creating awareness, honoring different athletes, I think it's awesome. And me having a sister that passed from cancer, understanding that this is something that doesn't matter color, race, creed. Cancer has no respect of any person. So for the Pomp brothers to be going out there to try to raise awareness and bring money and bring awareness to a horrible disease that are taking millions and millions of lives, that's what this cause is about.
How many years have you been involved?
It's like over 5 years now. So.
And what kind of progress do you see during these years?
Oh, I think that every year you see it get bigger, it gets better. You see more people start to continue to come out, and you see people financially start to put more of their money and resources where people can do more studies and come to, stem cell resources, so many different things that people are doing to bring more awareness and try to combat this horrible disease called cancer.
What kind of role do you have in all the events and activities of the foundation?
Well, I'm a sports talk show host, and I do TV when I work for 95.7 a game in San Francisco. I'm retired, played for 17 years in the National Football League, and now this is just about bringing other players, bringing other individuals that I know that I can help empower them, to help them get involved in this and bring more awareness to, like I said, cancer. So I think this is great. I'm going to continue to be involved because of the fact what they're doing and how they're raising awareness and raising more funds for cancer.